Okay, today I wanted to review this time and next time and then have an exam a week from today. Questions on that? Let me ask this question. If we were to send out a PDF, would you be able to either A, print it, fill it out, scan it, take a picture, send back, or use something like Adobe or some PDF writer, write on it, take a picture, send it back? Would anybody, and if you're too embarrassed, you can send me a chat. Would
I would be
anybody
able to
not
print it.
say again?
I'd be able to print it.
Okay,
Feel like I could do either one.
either one.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not seeing anybody saying they wouldn't be able to do it one way or the other. If you wouldn't be able to print it, though, would you be able to write on it with like Adobe? That's what I want to make sure that you guys have that. Okay. So, just to be clear, I'm hearing that everyone is good to go one way or the other.
Yes.
Adobe is a free download. Is that true? Okay, there is a website called pdfescape.com, and you can freehand draw on there. PDF Escape. Oops. I sent that privately. Let me send that to everybody. There we go. So that's what I need you to do. I need you to find a way to do it. If you can't print out or if you can't write in, PDF Escape is an option. Does everybody see that? For those of you that were worried, I just went to the site. I opened up a PDF off of my computer, and I was able to draw on it. Questions, comments, concerns? Say again?
Yeah, I did a test on the website and it worked out for me.
Okay, so we're covered, right?
I think so.
All right, I've got Zachary here now. Do I have Alicia Nicholas Ramage? Okay. All right, so let's go over things that will show up on your midterm exam. I'm going to go over to Classroom Maestro, and I'm going to share my screen with you. Let's first talk about triads. Do you all know your triads? If you were asked to write a triad in an augmented triad based off of A, could you do it? Do you remember your triad formulas? Is this thing on? Do you guys already know this? Should we skip this?
Wouldn't an augmented triad on A be A, C sharp, E sharp?
Yes, it would. Major third, 4 half steps, 4 half steps. You got it. So I'm just going to write out all the formulas so you have them real quick. What's the triad? What's the formula for major triad?
Major third to a minor third.
Major third on the bottom, minor third on the top. Good. What's the formula for a minor triad? It's the reverse of that. Minor third on the bottom, major. I'm sorry. 3 half steps on the bottom, 4 half steps on the top. Augmented.
4/4.
4 half steps on the bottom, 4 half steps on the top, and diminished.
3/3.
3 half steps on the bottom, 3 half steps on the top. Are there questions on that? If you were given this note, you were told it is a third the third of the triad, and they want a minor triad. Could you do it? You know that we need 3 half steps down for the root and 4 half steps up for the 5th. True story? One, two, three. 1, 2, 3, 4. Questions? Good, Vianda, you were right. All right. On we go. What if you were called upon to do something like this? What kind of a triad is that? Could you do it? Do you know your movable clefs?
The middle note is C sharp.
What's the middle note mean?
The one pinch between the curves.
The valley between the two mounds
Yes.
is middle C. So that means this note is A. True?
Yes.
Cool. So we have an A, a C sharp, and an E sharp. What do we get?
Augmented
French triad.
Augmented. Okay, so you need to be able to do it both ways. You need to be able to analyze what we have, and you need to be able to write it the other way. If they said, draw me a B flat diminished triad. You need to be able to draw it that way. Questions, comments, concerns? Key signatures. You need to know your key signatures. What are my 2 tricks for key signatures?
Sharp up and flat back.
Sharp up. Flat back. All right, so if you were given this key right here, that one.
It's B.
How did you get that?
I looked at the A sharp and went up on
Our last
a
sharp
line.
is A sharp. Go up a half step and we get the key of
B.
B. Good. All right. What if I said I want the minor key of this key signature?
You can start at B and go down a minor third.
Yeah, which is how many half steps?
3 half steps.
3 half steps down to the left will give us our relative minor. So it's A flat, right?
G sharp.
Why? I got A flat.
Because of the sharps
Right.
and the
they
key
have to-
signature.
They have to agree, don't they? So B major or G sharp minor. I can guarantee you'll have those on the exam. I can guarantee you they will ask you for majors and minors. Questions, comments, concerns? All right, let's do some flats. Flat back, what does that mean?
The second to last flat is going to be your key signature.
All right, so in this case it is
D.
D,
D flat.
D flat, because D is 2 sharps. D flat major or
B flat.
Flat minor.
flat minor, good. Questions on that? What if you got to be able to do that one backwards as well. So what if they said, all right, we want you to draw the key signature for F sharp major. Could you do it? Does anybody remember my acronyms?
Father Charles.
And for the sharp flats?
Just back.
Okay, so F sharp. How does knowing the acronym help me here?
Because you know which or how, like what order to add the sharps in.
Okay, but I don't know how many to add. I have no idea what F sharp major's key signature is. I can add F sharp. Am I done?
No.
How do I do it? I forgot everything over the weekend. I have no idea. Besides cheating it and Googling it, how do I figure out the answer? Why did I give you such a crazy acronym? This plus this gives you the answer. So your answer is sharp up from the last letter that will give you F sharp. So Father Charles goes down and ends E sharp, half step up, and I'm going to get F sharp. So that's how I know. I can double check my work. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Could you also go up by, if you start with F sharp, go up by fifths?
Okay.
Could you do it that way too?
How? Walk me through it.
So if I have F, my fifth, and that the fifth up would be C. From C, fifth would be G.
Right.
D is the next fifth.
Mm-hmm.
A and E.
Yeah, that's all I'm doing is I'm going up a fifth, going up a fifth, going up a fifth, going up a fifth, going up a fifth. Absolutely. Cool. Yep. That's what the acronym is built around, is the fifths. You got it. You with me? What if they wanted the key of G flat major? So flat back, I know that I have to go all the way through G flat plus 1. Battle ends and down goes. There's my G flat, Charles. That way when I go flat back, I have my G flat. You with me? Questions, comments, concerns? Seeing none. But if there are some, let me know. If you're too embarrassed, hit me up in the chat privately. And I won't call you out saying, Ethan has a question in the chat. All right. Question in the chat. Ethan asked in the chat. Just kidding. Why am I adding one? I am adding one because I have to add one past the last flat, because the trick is flat back. So it's your key plus one additional flat. So if I just write 5 flats, when I flat back, I get the key of D flat. I need to add one more to get the key of G flat. That's why I'm adding one more. Other questions? All right. So be able to do them both ways. Be able to identify them given to you on a staff. Be able to write them on a staff if asked for. Be able to do minors and majors. Know that your relative major is 3 half steps to the right of your minor key, and your relative minor is 3 half steps down to the left of your major key. All right, let's go to intervals. If you were given a note like this and they asked you to write an augmented fourth, could you do it? An augmented fourth is 1 half step larger than a perfect fourth. Is that true?
I believe so.
Do you remember my interval chart?
Mm-hmm.
What are the numbers on the left referring to?
Minor third, or minor second, minor major third.
Minor third, major third, perfect fourth, and so on.
What are my numbers on the left referring to?
Oh,
steps.
intervals.
Half
Half
steps.
steps. Good. How many half steps it takes to find this interval?
So it'd be 5 half steps plus 1 more half step. So it'd be 6 half steps.
Say that. Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. Okay, so I asked for an augmented fourth above that F, and Sophia Ruby just said, so that would be 6 half steps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is that an augmented fourth? Yes, it is. Boom. All right, so you need to be able to do it that way, but you also need to be able to do it backwards. What kind of an interval is that?
Major second.
Are you sure?
Minor second.
Are you sure? I just want to make sure you're sure. Which one is it?
Major second.
Is it major second? How do you know?
That's the major second because it's G and A.
It's 2
So-
half steps.
We can look at my piano down here too, right?
Oh my gosh, I did not see that the whole time.
1, 2. You're not going to have my awesome piano on your test, but you know how to draw one because I've showed you a million times.
Yep.
3 jack-o'-lantern teeth. Space. 2 jack-o'-lantern teeth. Space. Just draw your lines in your spaces. G to A. 1, 2 half steps according to my chart. So you can write that chart on your test, yeah? I'm not going to penalize you for writing notes. Not at all. All right. What if you had something like this? And they give you that note, and they say, build me a perfect fifth above that. Could you do it? You know it's going to be 5 above. 1, 2.
Is it C sharp?
3. It
C
is.
sharp.
4, 5. Good job.
This is dangerous. I'm driving.
Is that why you're getting it right? You're on fire.
Driving's helping you out.
You're a good teacher.
Maybe you're going to want to take the test on the road. All right. Let's go to triads, shall we? Whoa. What if we were given this note and said, that's our third. Give us a major triad. We already did this, didn't we? We know our formula is 4 half steps below, 3 half steps above. Is that true?
Yes.
So we're going to go 1, 2, 3. We should get a B flat. 1, 2, 3, 4. We should get an E flat. I'm in interval mode, not chord mode. There we go. Boom. Major triad. And then you need to be able to identify them too, right? If I gave you that triad, would you be able to chart it on a piano? Like I've done nicely for you here on the bottom of my screen. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I got a 3 and a 3, so I know it is a
Diminished.
diminished, and my root is G. True story? Questions, comments, concerns, friends with questions. All right, next. Diatonic triads. What's a diatonic triad?
It's
Triad
a
in the
triad
scale.
built out of the scale.
Yeah, it features tones that belong in the key of the key signature of the scale. So if I was asked to write out my diatonic triads for G major, could you do it?
A minor, B minor,
They might ask you to do so without using a key signature. So notice that my 1 sharp, F sharp, appears 3 times. Once as the 3rd, once as the 5th. Scratch that. Once as the 5th, once as the 3rd, and once as the root. Okay. So if I was given a tough key like A flat major, I'm going to have 4 A flats. I'm going to have 4 B flats. I'm going to have 4 E flats. I'm going to have 4 D flats. For a total of 12 flats. But I've gone all the way back and repeated my 1 chord. So I have 14 flats up there. Everybody see that? Questions? All right, what if you were given something like this? And you were asked to tell me what kind of a chord is that? Could you do it? What do I know right off the bat?
It's a G chord of some kind.
Yeah, we have a second, so it tells us we're not in root position. And the top note of my second is usually my root, and that's a G. So if I put the G on the bottom, G to B flat is a
Minor third.
minor third. 3 half steps. B flat to D flat is a
Minor third.
minor third, 3 half steps. D flat to F is a
Minor third. Oh, major thirds.
So we have 4 half steps.
So it's a half diminished.
Half diminished. However, we are not in root position. We are in
First inversion.
so we need a 6/5 here. True story. So my question for you is, do you remember the formula for all the types of 7th chords?
Wait, Dr. P, I have a question.
Go ahead.
I thought it would be a fully diminished because G has F sharp.
No, because we're going to make it minor before we make it diminished, and that's why we have the F natural.
Okay.
So for it to be fully
When
diminished,
when you say
we need the F
when you
flat.
say all of the formulas, do you mean
Okay.
like
Sophia Ruby, ready, go.
4 3 3 4 3 3 4 4? Is that what you mean?
I mean that, but with the 7th on top, yes. So a major
Okay.
seventh is a major triad with the major 7th on top. And we write that up like this with our Roman numerals. So yes, you're absolutely right, Sophia Ruby, that it's going to be a 4. Wait for it. A 4, 3 for my major triad. And then we're going to have a major 7th on top of that. You with me, Sophia Ruby?
Yes, that actually makes sense. I'm starting to get it.
Okay. So then that's the major 7th. The minor 7th, I'm sorry, I'm going to go dominant 7th next. The dominant 7th is a major triad with a minor 7th on top. And we write that out just as a 5/7. A minor triad is a minor triad. Minor 7th is a minor triad with a minor 7th on top. And we're going to write that with a lowercase Roman numeral. A half diminished 7th is a diminished triad with a minor 7th on top. And we're going to write that out like lowercase, wait for it, oh come on, lowercase 5, half diminished symbol 7. Oh, get off, get off. And then a fully diminished 7th chord. Is going to be a diminished triad and diminished 7th on top. And we're going to write that like that. All right, one of my friends in the chat had a question. How do you find the root of a 7th? I'm still a bit stuck on that. Good question. Well, what's happened to our good friend Olaf is that he's grown an extra appendage. So now all of a sudden we got 4 notes. Wait for it. We've got a 4-ball snowman. Okay? So, friend in the chat, if they are stacked like that, all line notes or all space notes, we know that that's our root. However, if our good friend Olaf is slightly askew, usually, if not always, the top note of the 2nd is going to be our root. And we could double check our work by putting that down an octave. Then it would be a stacked Olaf, all on line notes. Okay, here's our 2nd. Top note of my 2nd is a G. That's my root. Here's my 2nd. Top note of my 2nd is a G. That's my root. Friend in the chat, did that help you figure out how to find your root of a 7th chord? Awesome. Other questions?
We'll have to remember bass symbols.
Yes, you will.
Okay.
We're going to go over that on Wednesday. I'm going to go over all the Roman numeral analysis on Wednesday. So yes, we'll have to know that. But the good news is we've covered most of everything that's going to be on there right now. Okay, I want to give you some more practice examples. What if you were given this note and you were told it is the 5th and they want dominant 7th chord?
G and B. I'm sorry, E and G.
Wait a sec.
Okay.
Let everyone try to figure it out. So this is our 5th. So we need a 3rd and a root, and a 7th is going to be above it. So dominant 7th tells us that we want a
Major triad.
major triad, good, and a
Minor on top.
minor 7th on top. Okay, go ahead, Pete. Now what do we got to do? We got to go down.
So E it's an E chord. E is the root.
It's got to be some kind of an E chord so that I get my snowman all lined up on line notes or space notes, but in this case line notes. But I can measure according to my chart over here. Right? I know a major triad is 4-3. So if I go up from my E 4 half steps, I get a G.
It's a minor third. Could it be a G sharp?
Oh, could it be a G sharp?
Well, yeah, even with the
So
D
let's
flat.
do it backwards. We know we need a 4 and a 3. We've been given this note. We need to get that note, and we need to get that note. So if we just go down 3 half steps from our already given note, we'll know for sure. 3 half steps down, it's a G. 4 half steps down from that, it's an E flat. And we need a minor 7th on top, so we need to have a D flat on top of that. You see how I did it?
Yes.
So kind of worked backwards, knowing what my formula was over here, how I could get it.
Very cool.
Should we do another one?
Yes.
All right, here we go. I'm going to throw you a curveball. Can you hit the curve? All right, we are going to have this note, but we're going to say that we're in first inversion of a major 7th chord. What the what? So this is, it's the root of a 6-5. What does that mean? Well, let's count 5 up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to have some kind of an F. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're going to have some kind of a G. Oh, look what I've just drawn there. I've drawn a 2nd, haven't I? The top note of my 2nd is going to be my root, which means I'm missing a
Third. No. Fifth.
missing a 5th, which is the 3rd in this chord. You're right, which is a D. Am I done? Does it sound tangy like a major 7th to you? Bless you. What did I do? Does everybody see that I needed an F sharp? We can always draw it backwards. I don't think you'll have anything this hard on the exam, but we can draw it backwards. Originally we didn't have the F sharp, so I'm going to pretend that we don't have the F sharp. And if I do my math on my piano, I'm going to get a major triad, but I'm going to have a minor 7th, and I know that's wrong. I know I have to turn that into a major seventh. Cool. Do you see how to do it?
Can we do another?
Yeah. Here we go. That's not what I wanted to do. Can I redo that? That's what I wanted to do.
E flat's the root.
E flat's the root. What kind of a triad do I have?
Minor to the G flat would be a minor third.
Okay, minor third on the bottom. 3 half steps on the bottom. G flat to B double flat.
To another minor third.
So we have a diminished triad. What kind of a shell do we have? Is the next 2 notes a minor third? B double
No.
flat to 1, 2, 3. D flat is 4 half steps. What does that mean?
Major.
It's not a major seventh, but it's a major third. You're right. What kind of a triad is that?
It's it's diminished, half diminished. Oh,
Diminished triad, not a diminished seventh. Half diminished seventh chord.
what was the shell again? What is that? Is that
Minor
the?
seventh.
Oh, okay. The first and the seventh.
Whoa.
So when you say shell, it refers to the first and then the top note.
Yeah, the outer 2.
Okay.
They don't like my chord. Why don't they like my chord? Whoa. Why can I not change my key anymore? There we go. See my half diminished symbol there? All right, what if you were asked to identify intervals? Like that. Could you do it?
It's a fourth.
Some kind of a fourth, right? And we know that just by counting lines and spaces. 1 for the line, 2 for the space, 3 for the line, 4 for the space. Some kind of a fourth. We know that this line right here between the two mounds is middle C, B, A, G, F, E, D. It's D to a G. And we can graph that on our piano that we drew. We can see that that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 half steps. So according to our interval chart, that is a perfect fourth. Does everyone see how we did that? What if you were given this note and asked to draw a minor seventh? Could you do it? A couple things you could do. You could count to 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So you have a like 1 in 3 chance right now of being right. Do we need any accidentals for that? You could remember on your interval chart that we just drew out that a minor seventh is how many half steps? Ten half steps? I get B flat. Boom. Are you with me?
Yes.
What do you feel most unprepared for this exam? All right, let's go to Diatonic Triad land. If I said in the key of A major, draw me out the Diatonic Triads for A major, could you do it? What do you know about A major?
3 sharps.
So you should have Father Charles Goes 3 sharps, and those 3 sharps should show up 3 times. For a total of 9 sharps, plus we duplicate the 1 chord at the end. Are you with me? Another easy way to do that is to write out your major scale. And then write out your major scale again, starting on C sharp. And then write it out again, starting on E. And then you'll you'll have your major triads. Does that make sense?
Yes.
What if you were called upon to write out your diatonic seventh chords in a particular key? Could you do it? It's just drawing bubbles within the key signature, yes? Remember your F sharp. What if I was asked to do that in a minor key? I know there's 3 different types of minor keys. How would I make sure that I got the most frequently used minor triads that the book has a chart for?
It's the harmonic minor, right?
Kind of. Harmonic minor is the most commonly found form of minor. However, it's not always. Should we do G minor? G minor is the same as what major?
B flat.
B flat major. So on the 3 chord, in natural minor, it's major. In harmonic, it becomes augmented. I did something wrong. So these are the most common found triads according to the book in minor. And notice that we have F sharp on our 5 because we raise scale degree 7, and F sharp on our 7 because we raise scale degree 7, but we have F natural on our 3 chord and leave it as a major triad rather than an augmented triad. So this is, according to the book, the most commonly found triads in minor. Does that make sense? Questions? Concerns? Private questions in the chat? So we've gone over writing out key signatures, both writing them out and analyzing given key signatures. We've gone over writing them out in treble clef, in bass clef, and in movable clefs. I can guarantee you're going to get all 3. Right? I can guarantee you're going to be asked for majors and minors. We've gone over writing out intervals. One thing I didn't tell you is that you were going to be asked for intervals both below and above notes. So if I was giving you this note and I said, give me a minor 6th below that note, could you do it? How many half steps according to our chart is a minor sixth?
Is it 8?
I believe you were right.
A?
8? 8 half steps?
A. I know A is where it would be, right?
No, A would be a perfect fifth.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 half steps is correct, John. Good job. So be able to do it both up and down. Okay, be able to do it in the treble clef or the bass clef or a movable clef. We've gone over triads and seventh chords, being able to analyze given ones, being able to build given a note of the chord and the quality of the chord. So if I was given a G and asked to make an augmented triad, I could do that. Being able to label a chord and its quality. We talked about being able to draw the diatonic triads out for a particular key and major. Being able to draw the particular diatonic triads out in a minor key using the most frequently found forms of triads in minor. And we talked about being able to draw out the diatonic sevenths in a particular key. Any questions on anything? On Wednesday, I want to go over how to analyze chords using Roman numeral numbers. The example on the test is quite lengthy, similar to the examples that were in your workbook. If we look at your workbook, or even longer than the ones in your workbook. You had 2 examples that had 8 chords in them, but if you go back to like chapter 3's workbook assignment on page 26, you were figuring out 34 chords of a song. It's going to be more like that. Okay? So we'll go over that on Wednesday. Questions, comments, concerns, friends with questions. If not, I will see you tomorrow in ear
Can
training.
you just stop teaching us stuff and then we just go over what we learned from the beginning all the way to the end?
Say that one more time.
We could just go over what we learned from the beginning till now all the way to the end of the semester.
That'd be great, but then you'd only have half of what you need to go into the next class. We're halfway there, man. We're halfway there. We got through 4 of the 8 chapters. And only one of them was a doozy, chapter 2.
Really? that was the doozy? Okay.
Chapter 2 was the doozy, the compound, yeah.
We got half a semester to go.
Half a semester to go, and the rest of the chapters are doozies.
Do we have
Yeah, exactly.
do we have chapter 5 homework this week?
No, so if Canvas says that, ignore it. No homework. We're just studying for our exam.
Cool. Thank you.
So we're going to do that Monday. Everyone has a way to do it now. Right? Okay.
Yes.
I will I'll have that ready to go for Monday, and we'll go from there. All right, I'll see you all tomorrow.
And see you, Dr. Baskin.
Bye.
Thanks, Dr. B.
Thank you, Doctor.
All right.
Dr. Baskin,
Yes.